What's up, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, you know I'm loving these little flash drives that plug into iOS devices so that you can take, in my case, preferably movies, but along with you on trips. But you can also use them to back up your phone. It's kind of a cheaper way to get a lot more storage than upgrading, especially in the iOS world and the Apple world. They kind of charge a decent amount for the next size up in storage, so you can actually get say an iPhone or an iPad with maybe less storage than you think you need, but use one of these to expand it. So here's this one from iLeef. It's pretty cool looking. It actually looks a lot like the SanDisk iExpand, and really what I'm trying to find out here is, they essentially all do the same thing, in different sizes. I got this one in the 32 gig just to try it out, but they do come in larger sizes. But what really separates the men from the boys in this world is the quality of their app, right? So this one I wanted to try out because I just wanted to see what the experience would be, and let you guys know, so that if you're buying something for maybe your future trip or your road trip or whatever it might be, you can make an informed decision about where the best value is. Now, it does have this kind of rubber, it's pretty stiff here, kind of housing where you can plug it into your computer on this end, plug it into your iOS device, and it should clip and kind of hold this in place. It's going to put a little bit of pressure. I'm pretty surprised about how stiff this is. It's going to put a little bit of pressure on the lightning jack there, but that's probably okay to kind of brace it in place. Now, it also comes with this little thing here, which looks like a case to protect everything while you're taking it around with you. So that's kind of nice. You've got both the USB port, or the plug, and the lightning plug covered up there, so you want to put this in your bag or whatever, pretty minimalist way of protecting it all. So pretty clever. Now, what we also have to do is the other thing you will have to do is download the app to your iOS device. Figure what that one is, and then I'll copy some files over and see how it works. Let's try it out. All right, so I've had a little time playing around with this Leef drive here, and what I noticed is that there's two apps in the App Store: Mobile Memory and iBridge 3. Now, there's actually two versions of this, and the Bridge 3 is the latest version, USB 3. This one uses the mobile memory, so you're not going to need the iBridge 3 for this, but they're both from the same company. Now, what I've noticed is that you slide it in, and I'll give you all the pros and cons, because there definitely are a number of both. And when you put it in, it does find mobile memory, and you see there, it kind of gave me a pop-up, wants to connect with it. That's fine. What I did notice too is I've got my iPad on obviously landscape mode, and for whatever reason, when it first loads up, when you're putting this in, it always goes to portrait mode. When you open it again the second time, it goes to landscape. So it was the same in both apps. If you open the other app, it just says no, Leaf drive found. Now, I did put on the Leaf drive a few videos and a few photos, and I put videos in 3 different formats: MP4, MKV, and AVI, and it worked fine. Now, one of the things that I wanted to show you here is that you can take photos and things like that and directly save them directly to the Leaf drive or the iBridge, or you can transfer things back and forth if you want to clear off the things out of memory, which is a great idea. But for me, most of what I want to do is use this for content viewing, and you can see here that there are little icons down here at the bottom for sorting by or filtering photos, videos, music, and documents. So I've got it on photos right now, and as you can see, I have these amazing portraits, and they're easy to scroll through. Now, if I just tap it to videos here, now we'll go to the videos, and I'll show you here that, and I'll turn the volume down so we don't get busted, but everything renders just very nicely, no jitteriness. The audio works too.
And I'm not thinking about it.
So had no problems on that, and you can scrub pretty quickly and pretty easily. And let me just throw up some of the other ones here in different formats. I think this one's an AVI. So you can see that one works fine. And then in this one is the MP4. So it's the MKV on that first one, Alaska Bush People, and this one is your standard MP4. So this would actually be iPad or iPhone, iOS compatible. No problems there. And I tried to pick ones with highest possible resolutions. That Opportunity Knox movie is not the highest resolution thing available, but I didn't have a lot of things in AVI. So that's all well and good. Now, the problem with it, so it works great. It works in portrait or landscape, so no problems there. Now, the issue is, though, you can't really do anything with these. So one of the things that I liked about the other app, the SanDisk iExpand app, is that I could open it and export this sucker into one of my other AV players and play them at different speeds. No opportunity to do that here as far as I could tell. You can, as I understand it, actually encrypt this drive. Oh, you do have your stats here in the settings. So you can actually add somewhere here like some sort of encryption and have hidden files. That wasn't really a big thing for me. And I think it's just you encrypt the whole drive, or you're kind of adding a passcode to the drive itself. So you're kind of either encrypting everything or encrypting nothing. On the SanDisk, the advantage there was you could actually move some specific movie files to kind of the encrypted folder, the passcode protected folder. So that's kind of nice. You can do it selectively, especially if you have some rated R movies that you want to watch and maybe rated G movies that you want anyone to be able to access, if you were going to give this to your kids and you wouldn't have to worry about what they're watching. This one is a little bit different. So, actually it's really polished. I kind of like that. I was actually pretty impressed with this. They're on some of these other drives, they tend to use like a free media playing application, and they just kind of build a physical drive that interfaces to that and kind of offload the software development to it. This seems to kind of own the whole ecosystem. They're building the hardware and the software, and it's pretty nice, just not as quite as feature rich as some of the other things. So you can play other videos, obviously, and local videos, so that's pretty cool. And then the form factor I actually do like, as you can see here, like I said, it's a tight fit. But I do like the fact that it curls around so you don't have a big piece of hardware sticking out the back, and it doesn't seem to put much pressure on the plug, kind of as I initially thought. I can pull it away from there really easily, so I'm not worried about it kind of bending the plug at all. And on top of that, I actually have some extra thickness on my iPad here. And so I actually originally tested on my iPhone, which I'm using right here, and it worked fine too. And even though I have the battery case, this was definitely kind of being held in place with a little more tension, but it worked even with the battery case. So I definitely like that. So you can pick this up. The Leef iBridge, pretty cool. It comes with a little plug protector there, and then didn't even put it on right. Plug protector, so you could attach it to a key ring or something. So that's pretty cool. I definitely like it. I think it's worth picking up. This is 32 gig, not too expensive, but I'll be honest. Some of the features make the SanDisk iExpand, in the app particularly interesting as well. So you just pick out something that fits your needs. Peter Von Panda out.